Welcome to Breaking Solo, how solopreneurs break barriers, build brands, and embrace the future of business.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Solo. I'm excited for my guest today. Beth Sanders is with me. Beth, thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, how are you? No problem. Glad to be here.
I'm well, thank you. So tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Yep, no problem. My name is Beth Sanders, and I am the owner of Ballast Ops. And essentially, I am a fractional COO. And so, what that means is that sometimes founders have owned their business and they have grown it and just grown it through sheer will. And now they're at the point where they need a partner in crime. They can't quite afford to hire someone full time, but they know they need a thought partner. They know they need someone who has kind of that complementary skill set to what they do. And I just sort of organize all the things and organize the chaos and make it smooth. So I complement the founder.
That's awesome. Smooth is good.
Mhm. Yes.
So, Beth, what inspired you to go in business solo?
Yes. Oh, well, a couple of different things. The main one is freedom. The freedom to be able to work with wonderful people and to work with many people. So for years and years, I worked full time with just one founder at a time, and I had many magic duos, but I wanted to work with multiple founders in multiple businesses because it's just what I enjoy so much. So this gives me the freedom to work with more folks.
Awesome. So, what's been your biggest challenge in your solopreneur journey?
Oh, so many things. Time. Time is my biggest challenge and prioritizing it. It's fascinating. One of my strengths is time management for a business and helping to really prioritize for businesses. But it's one thing to do it for others, it's another to do it for yourself.
Yeah, it's like the cobbler with the kids with no shoes.
Hmm. Exactly. Yes. Yes.
So, had you ever had a moment where you thought about giving up?
Oh, honestly, I haven't. I'm having the best time of my life. I am having the I'm this is what I was born to do, and I am just so happy. I mean, it's hard. I don't always know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm making it up as I go, and that's okay, but because that's exhilarating. It's part of the adventure. But I mean, it's a little bit scary, but I haven't wanted to give up.
Good. That's good. And it is scary, but it's also, like you said, it's exhilarating
So
at the
really,
same
yeah.
time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you find your niche in the market?
Um, it's kind of just what I'm the best at, combined with my experience, combined with what's been sticky. So, through years of working, a couple decades of working, I have developed skills. And so it's just putting together what I'm already experienced in. I have a lot of experience in professional services and advertising agencies. I also have experience in software, but so those are good, and I have clients in those spaces, and that's great. And I have just found that my other experience is a personality and it's a business stage. So I love working with startups and small businesses. I've worked for large companies, so I know what's good over in that world, but it was too slow for me. So it's partly like what I'm good at and what I enjoy. And it's a combination of the people, the industries, and the stage of the business.
Okay. So how do you differentiate yourself from competitors in your industry?
Yes. So one thing is that I am certified in EOS, I'm a fractional COO, but also I've got the entrepreneurial operating system, and I went to the master class to become an EOS integrator. So I've found that there's actually a lot of EOS integrators out there, and there's a spectrum of them. So there are visionaries and founders, and there's spectrum of visionaries. There's also a spectrum of people like me, and some of them are really, really good at process and really good at details. And some of them are really good with people and really good with culture. And then some of them are really good at leading meetings. Whereas I found I'm not really obsessed with, I love process, but high level process. I love people, but facilitating the people to get them to do the project and to be motivated to, move the business forward, not to just be friendly. I am very good at leading meetings, but I don't want to only lead meetings and then check out. I am very much like the number two for a business founder who can adapt and do whatever that particular business needs. And so I think some integrators just do what they do every time for clients. I am much more find out what that business needs at that stage and what is that owner like what looks good to that owner. So I'm flex a lot more, I think, than others.
All right, that's good. So, what industry trends do you think solopreneurs should be paying attention to?
AI. I'm sure that everybody's talking about AI. But yes, at my last company, before I took off on my fractional side, I was full time for a software company and I was responsible for the rock transform our company to be an AI first company. No small feat. And at the time, the first step was convincing myself. So I am certified in change management. And the first step is awareness. Like, what is this stuff? The second step is desire. Like, what's in it for me? Why should I be doing this AI stuff? Right. Then you need the knowledge. Like, okay, how do I use this AI stuff? And then not only do I need to know how, you need the ability. Like, okay, great. You said that theory. You trained me supposedly, but now I need to go try it. And then it needs reinforcement to keep trying it and get better. And so since I went through that change management process personally, now I know how to help others go through that. And I think in terms of industry trends, either people are super like high adopters and into AI, or they're resistors and more laggards, and there's the in between. But as a business, you have to bring all those types of people along and get them on board and then get it to really get intertwined with your processes. It's not just, ooh, let's do this AI shiny object thing. It's a process to get people using it on a regular basis and to make it valuable, not just to do it for fun, you know?
Yeah, like there has to be a purpose.
It has to be a purpose. It has to be fruitful for that business. Like, yeah. hmm
Okay, tell me what's one tool, app, or resource that you can't live without in your business?
Oh, well, I mean, EOS is the business framework, the operating framework. I cannot live without following everything I've learned in that traction book and from that certification class. But there are tools like Stredi is a software that's specifically tied to EOS and running the L10 meeting. And I have grown to love Stredi. I used to use Notion. Before that, I used 90. Those were good and actually still use Notion in some ways. But Stredi is very simple and it's colorful. So that helps uh, get everybody visually on board. So I like Stredi.com.
Interesting. I've never heard of
Mhm.
that, so
Yeah.
I have to check
It's
it out.
STRETY.com.
Awesome. So tell me, what daily habits or routines help you stay focused and productive?
Oh, again, it's back to time. I have been blocking my calendar out for deep focus, and it has really helped me. I have said no to putting things on my calendar, which has been a challenge because I tend to be help first personality. And so it's not a no, it's just, oh, not after 3 p.m. or not before 9 a.m. or I do need a 30-minute block so I can go eat and sit on my porch and, you know, process a little bit. But it is protecting my time daily. And I'm still getting better at it. I'm not perfect, but much better with because I've had intention.
Yeah. Being aware that you need to do that is really important. And I don't think most solopreneurs understand how important that is to have that time to really deep focus.
Because my growth, and I had to get into that. It wasn't like that on day one. I assumed I would be good at that. And then I was like, oh man, I did this so I wouldn't have to work 60 hours a week anymore. And I'm still doing that. And so it's like, okay, I have to prune my priorities and my to do list and be more reasonable about what I'm going to get done this week. Yeah.
So, have you had a mindset shift that's made a difference in your success?
Yes, a couple of, I mean, one is about time and prioritizing and what does good look like. But also, I actually was just working with a mentor and he was talking about joy and my personal ROI calculator. So I actually just this week went through and made that. And so, yes, I have, like, how am I going to say yes to work and no to work?
Awesome. So I'm sorry, I have a dog in the background that's going a little crazy.
I
So
understand.
tell me, what's one piece of advice that you'd give someone that's just starting their solopreneur journey?
Let me think about that. And one piece of advice that I would give to a solopreneur who is just starting their journey would be to get really clear on what you offer. Because at the beginning, I was mostly clear, but not quite really clear. And I actually had to sit down and write it on a Google Doc and write out a couple times, who am I? Who do I serve? What makes me different? It was all the pre work. And I had started with just networking and trying to, do sales. And instead, an ounce of prevention was worth a pound of cure. So it start with who are you and get clear.
Yeah, that's a hard one. So many solopreneurs, and I've watched many that will take months to figure out what that is that they do and who they do it for and how they do it.
Well, I mean,
It can be,
it took me 2 months. So it wasn't one day, but
yeah,
it wasn't 6 months, and then when I did it, I spent hours refining, like putting it on there, refining it, testing it a little bit. So I would still say I'm an A, not an A plus, but once I got clear, it was so much easier when I was talking with people and going to happy hours and having the network. Like I wasn't nervous because I was confident in what I do. It made a big difference. Yeah.
yeah. Clarity really helps. It just
Yes.
answers a
Yes.
lot of questions. That's awesome. Okay, tell me, do you have any exciting projects or launches coming up that you'd like to share?
Oh, I don't know. I have several clients that are doing exciting things, to be honest, but they're all in disparate places of their journeys. And I don't know. I'm just excited about my own business too, and just taking on more clients and helping more and more people. So some people are accelerating really fast, and some people it's going to be a little bit more of a journey, and it's like getting uh the reality of, okay, we can do what can we do this quarter? This is going to wait till next quarter. And so that makes me excited to just pick the highest value for lowest effort things first. So,
Well, that provides real value for your clients because what you do is help them to get clear.
yes, that is exactly what I'm doing. Yes. And so again, time management, I'm wonderful at doing that for my clients, and getting clear, I'm really good at getting it for my clients, but it's another thing to do it for yourself. So,
Yeah, well, we all work through it. It's all
okay.
good. So tell the audience where they can connect with you and learn more about what you do.
Sure. My website is www.ballastops.com, and I'm on LinkedIn, Beth Sanders. Ballast Ops.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Audience, we will have those links in the show notes so you don't have to remember that. And Beth, thank you so much for being with me today. It's been a pleasure.
no problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.